as well as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Now it's Hyde on the return, and he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Second and 10. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Dolphin football. Two in the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That'll be complete to Breida. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Run there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it, because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He was taken down by K.J. Wright. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Check mark 27, check mark 27. Here we go, here we go.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mark 27, Mark 27, Mark 27.
Tua now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That catch good for only a couple.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They run for it with Breida. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
6 yards left on second down. This time Wilson will throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Third down.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard. Wilson's pass. Intercepted. The Dolphins take over first.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, it's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. We're scoreless. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Jason Sanders for the Dolphin field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
A big play that time for the Seahawks. Give him 53 yards on the ground. First and goal at the 1. Now high. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line.
Short of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
The ball carrier.
T.J. Logan, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Dolphins nothing. Michael Dixon.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
He's coming. We got double up.
Now Tua. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Miami Dolphins.
When I see Mike Gesicki make a catch, I'm reminded of his athletic ability and go back to the time we were leading up to the draft and showing his career highlights, including high school volleyball, where he appeared he was almost jumping over the net. I expect him to continue to grow in 2020, start to make progress in 2019. 5 touchdown catches and 570 total yards.
Tagovailoa.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On the pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
The 28-yard line.
Now it's Breida. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Slam.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
No good.
So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
What we got? Check. Flag down. Hey, watch it. 36 power. 40. Tighten up.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. the gun. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the turn will get him all the way down to the 35. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So on fourth down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown, both in this game. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so, and guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Brings up third and 3.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A touchdown and a pick six last year, and he delivers another pick six right here. The extra point now coming from Myers. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Two in the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
There defensively.
It's complete to Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Preston Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive intercepts.
Described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Chris Carson, the Seahawk.
On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6. at the Dolphins' 21-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Muhammad. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The ball carrier.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd down, Logan. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Myers' kick is good. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Grant sets to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a short one to Gesicki, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Switch. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
A gain of 1.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Bobby McCain.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
43 is the mark, boy. 43. Check, 43. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
3 and out.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
42-yard line.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch the run. Shoot.
On the jet sweep, here's Grant. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
A 2-yard gain.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand.
Turnover on downs.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Logan, the ball carrier.
Noah Igbenogany that time up to make the play defensively. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they got an answer for it.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
36-yard line.
Second and 11.
Man, we got to get the stop here, D. No. Jim.
A pitch back. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, 4 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. He's been having a great game. Oh, this is blocked. And now the Dolphins have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I rarely question anyone's effort on the field, but normally you give up a touchdown like that, a long-distance play, there's usually not a lot of resistance on the extra point. In this case, though, boy, they bowed their backs and got after it, didn't they?
A little revenge. Nicely done.
Yeah, way to go. Get in there, block it, and show them that they're still fighting.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Makes the score Seahawks 30, Dolphins 8. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man is Grant. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one.